Back in Yemen, where I'm from, everyone spoke the same language. School starts at 7:30, ends at 12. Students have to stay in the same classroom. Teachers have to go to their classrooms. So one day, my parents decided to move to the United States. My first day in ICE 109, I was 12 years old. I was in the 7th grade. I was with my father. We went to school to my first period with my guidance counselor, Miss Law. So my teacher for my first period asked my dad to tell me to introduce myself to class and pick a seat. So I introduced myself and I picked a seat all the way in the back. So while my dad left, I was waiting. My dad and my guidance counselor left the classroom. I was waiting in the back seat, and I heard the bell ring. So I'm like, I know this the bell. Every school have it. So I'm just waiting. I see the students moving out the classroom. So I'm like, okay, like I don't want to go after them and get lost. So I kept sitting, and in my mind, I'm thinking the teacher's still on the other side, like sitting. So I turned around, I didn't see the teacher. I'm like, what the heck is going on? So I'm like, okay. So I left the room. I'm on the hallway. I have my program. They call my program. I was looking at it. It was a bunch of letters and numbers on the side, and I'm like, I don't know what's this. So screw it. I'm just gonna pick a classroom. So I picked a classroom. I went inside. I picked a seat. While I was sitting, the teacher went up to me and he looked down at me and started talking, and I was looking up to him, and I don't want to interrupt him, so I let him keep on talking. So when he finished, I was like, no English. So he looked down at me like, why you didn't say that at the first time, like, keep. So I was like, okay, and he picked my program out of my hand, and he went on the side. I should mention on the side there's computers. So I see him going through Google Translation, and he asked me what language I speak, which I know what language means. So I told him Arabic, and he put it, and we start communicating from there. So I get to know what's his name. His name is Mr. Michelat, and the subject was social studies, which is my favorite subject. Oh God, can't breathe. And then Google Translation didn't just help me with that class. It helped me with other classes. It helped me to know what the name of the teachers, the classrooms I was going to. It helps me a lot. I remember days that I used to go home and I tell my dad it's too hard. Like, I can't do this. It's too hard for me. And he taught me one thing. He said, one day you're just going to have it in your mouth and you're just going to speak it, just like what I'm doing right now. It's crazy and amazing. Yeah. I remember days I used to see my report cards, and I used to see like 65, 70, and I'm like, why? I work hard, and I do a lot of work pasting and copying and typing and doing all that stuff, and I still get this grade. And I see other students, while they playing around in classroom, get a good grade, and I don't even have that. Like, I wish I was born in this country so I don't have to go through what I'm going through right now. And it was hard, and I hold on and waited, and I see my result the day they called me from the main office, and they were like, you graduating to high school. And it was shocking, and I was like, oh, I see my work from that. And again, my kept being gone, and after school I went home. I was walking and I was crying tears of happiness, and I couldn't wait to go home and show my parents, my stepmother, and it was a lot. And I I went to the prom. Uh, I made a lot of friends. Some of them are here. I went to graduation, and it was fun too. And then my first day in Flushing High School, I I went to my first period, which was an ESL class also, and instead of sitting in the back, now I sit in the front. I get to know the teacher's name and the class, what class I was in, of course. And sometimes I used to look at the back and go sit next to students who don't speak English at all, and I just look at them and wish that I speak their language and tell them to hold on, and it's gonna be fine. You just have to put more effort to it, and you'll be okay. And thank you.